and go up. And an exhale to come down. And bend your knees if you need to. Let your hands reach the floor. And you can take down dog if you would like, or you can take a little elbow bend and then an up dog. Lifting your hips at a push-up down dog. Now we're going to walk out the dog, heel, and then the other heel. One heel down, and then the other heel. One heel down, and the other heel. Now both heels can lift and both heels can lower. Both heels can lift, both heels can lower. Breathe in. One more, and then keep your heels pressing and hold. Press. 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower both shins. And inhale, lift your heart, lift your tail, and then curl your lumbar spine. Hello, everyone. Good morning. This is a articulation for the spine. Inhale, draw the scapula down the back, and then exhale, flexion. Inhale, lift, and an exhale, flex. Now, you can keep doing this, or if you would like to do the down dog, up dog articulation. We're going to lift up and then the heels come up, articulate through your spine, go into an up dog, and then tuck the chin. Press through your middle, upper, middle, and lower back and to down dog. Now you can always come down to the cat-cow anytime you need to for a modification. The main intention is wake up that spine, wake up that body, wake up the breath. Enjoy, let your breath dictate your speed. Good, Cheryl. Nice, Karen, and down. And about one more. Inhale. And then exhale. Now the shins are going to come down. Push back into child's pose. Inhale. And then come up to your shins if you can, and then back behind you if you can. Now if not, just stay forward child's pose. Otherwise, your hands are on the floor. Lift up your hips. 10. Good. Yep, go to where you can. Beautiful. Love it. 5. That's great. 4. 3. That's it. 2. And lower down. One more time, child's pose. This time, curl the toes under. Pull your toes under and stretch out the feet. Inhale. Downward facing dog, heels press, hold the left foot on the right heel. So you're having one calf stretch for 5. Place the other foot down and have one calf stretch. The right heel's on the left, right foot on the left heel for 5. Both heels down. Lower the shins, bend the elbows, child's pose here. Pat yourself on the back, inhale. And then exhale, walk out to the belly. And we're going to take the forearms down. This is a sphinx. If you would like to add on, press yourself up. Shoulder blades glide, hold. That looks so good. 10. Beautiful. Shoulder blades down the back a little bit more, Karen. I think your right shoulder. Yeah. Yep. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now lower and take your hands to your thighs or your hips, palms face down. Inhale, lift up. Adding on, the toes can lift as well. The knees are off the floor. The neck is easy. The upper back is our focus. Breathe in and lift. Breathe in and lift. Breathe in and lift. And then relax. Now hold on to the right foot or ankle. Left foot or left ankle, bow pose, either half or full. 10. Relax for a moment, and we're going to do that again, or the other side. Come up and inhale. And then exhale and come back. Child's pose with the toes under as an option. Inhale. Press into downward dog. Heels press. Toe in a little bit to internally rotate the femurs and open up the SI joint. 5. Look up at your hands. Take a step or a walk up there halfway and then go into a back bend. Listen to your blood pressure. Take a moment if you need to. Inhale. Let those hands come down to your heart. And you can grab a sip and meet me right back here. You're doing great. Samastitihi. Open up the arms into a 5-pointed star. Open up the legs into a 5-pointed star. Pick up the right toes. Point them towards the wall. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Act like your whole body's up against a wall, and then your hand can come down. This top arm, take a few circles, and even behind you, so the arm circle can go way down, way back, and find, yes, good, Cheryl, that's it. So find a place today that you need. In this triangle pose, Utthita Trikonasana. One more. Here we go. Gracefully come to vertical. Pivot your feet till you're facing the other way. Reach out. Exhale down. And then this top arm has a mobility. Yeah, it has mobility, a moving, inhaling open, even going behind you. And then you're going to find a place that feels like you're wanting to hold it over your ear, behind your head, behind your back, up classic. Breathe into that rib cage. Notice how the posture changes. Parts of your muscles relax. Yeah, good. Way to go with that. Here we go. Graceful and coming up. Now, this 5-pointed star, your toes are forward or even in a little bit. Inhale. Exhale. And if you have to bend your knees to get down, that's okay. Once you're down, touching, just bend one knee a little bit. And then bend one knee a little bit, just a little. Now, if you want to make it a little more, you can. Your flexibility will let you know. Your body will let you know. You might go down to where your fanny's towards your heel. You're letting your breath dictate your movements. Breathe in and breathe out. Stay on one side, and it just doesn't really matter what it looks like on the outside. I want you to feel the stretch. Good, Jean. Good. Find a happy place so that one knee's long, one knee's bent, but you feel safe in your joints. You can wrap. You know that's my favorite. Good, Cheryl. Breathe in. Yeah, good. Ta-da, opening up that arm for a moment. And exhale, let's walk over or shift over to the other side, and maybe it's 90 degrees, and maybe it's low. Maybe there's a wrap. Good. There you go. Yay, Shireen. Pretty good today. 10, 9, you're opening up that shoulder. 8, 7, 6, 5, You're doing good, wherever you need to be. 4, something's getting worked. Yep, 3, 2. Now the hands can help you. Come on up. Let your right hand or knuckles stay near the underneath your nose position. Spiral your left arm up to the sky and imagine you're an eagle and your wingspan is just so broad. Breathe and let the inhales broaden that wingspan even more. Vertical arm up, up, and up. And then let that other hand or knuckles come down. Open up, broad eagle wingspan, windmill. Good, and it's instead of sinking into the floor, it's like you're lifting up to the sky. You're broadening upward as opposed to down into the floor. The waist is long from hip to rib, from rib to hip. Take that inhale and exhale down. Walk your hands more forward so it's the hammock pose. It's really nice to toe in on this. You can try that variation. Internally rotate. Push the floor away from you and feel the hips go back. Neck soft. Inner thighs. If you want to add on, it's pretty fun to do the inhale articulation into up dog with wide legs. But if you're happy where you are, stay. And if you'd like to add on, lift your heels, up dog, and exhale. Good. Make it what you need. And down. And in the hammock, you shouldn't feel your wrist too much. It should be light. And then on this last one, walk back in. And you can hold on to each elbow and kind of dangle a little. Just dangle a little left, right. 5, 4, 3. Let your hands glide to your hip bones. And you can take as long as you need. Your blood pressure will tell you. And you can go all the way up eventually. Elbows squeeze behind you. There's a little hip extension here. Inhale. And then exhale, your hands together. Let your feet walk or step in. Samasthiti. Yes, notice how it feels. Grab a sip, meet me back here. Beautiful. Hips should feel a little better after all that, huh? Good. And we're going to take that inhale to go up. Now, once you're up, you can catch your own hand. Go over. You can even add a foot over. And you can even add a hand down and rotation. So have some fun in the positions you need in Ardha Chandrasana. Breathe in. Going up, the feet are in neutral. Hold on to your wrist. Cross over, up and over. And you can stay there a little longer if you need. You can put your hand down and enjoy it. Five, 4, take that inhale. And exhale to come back up. Gorgeous, guys. Hands together at the heart. Go up, inhale. Exhale, come back down. Now, you can do your vinyasa or meet me in down dog. We're going to do a little bit of the hip openers. So in the down dog, once you're there, you can take your right leg up and just draw a few circles each way. So think about how you do this with your shoulder. You can just find some motions. Yeah, and the floor's not in the way. So you might even be able to flip your leg behind you or bend the knee or move your ankle and just find a place that feels great. 5, we'll open up that hip. 4, 3, 2. Now that foot comes down and think about shoulder circles, but for your leg. So up and around. I like to bend the knee. You can open up the hip. Have fun. Good. And notice the other calf gets a stretch. Up and around. Lubricate the joint. You can open up that hip so it's kind of behind you here. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then lower to down dog, and then lower the shins, open up the knees, make sure that you have enough padding. We're going to take Mandukasana, the hip opener for the inner thighs. Now, bound angle would be the backup plan, but really just padding up the knees is usually good. I'm looking up, but you guys can put your head down on your forearm. I'm just looking at you for a moment. Yes. All right, so it looks like down, and rest the hips. Try to let them give into gravity's pull. Five, 4, 3, 2, and then stretch out so your belly's on the floor. And then we're going to change those legs just a little bit, long and slightly internally rotated. So the toes will be towards each other. The hands are on the mat, either Sphinx or if you'd like to come up. Now we've wakened the upper back, so if you feel like you can bring them in again, hands in a bit, you might be able to. You might be able to go up higher. Yep, there you go. That's it, shoulders are down. All of it. Okay, breath there to the upper back. Looks good, Cheryl, great. 2, 3, there's an elbow down sensation. There's a little bit higher than that first Bhujangasana we took, that first cobra or swan. Inhale. Nice, Jean, inhale. Lower down with care, and one child's pose before we do a down dog. So push back, inhale. Down dog, inhale. And then step, jump, walk, come up halfway. Now make sure your blood pressure is in check as you go up and even back. Inhale. Bring those hands down to your heart. And we'll take Samasthiti. So take a sip as well, and we'll meet back here in the homeostasis standing. We're going to find 4 corners of alignment in the feet and lift and spread your toes about 3 to 5 times. And you would like to see space between the toes, and then lower them down. Now the foot can come to low calf modified or high inner thigh if you'd like. We're going to take a cow face variation. So once you're up, yes, you got it. You might even go right into it. Okay. Head back against that arm. Mm-hmm. Making sure you feel steady. Your hands are going to go to your heart, and we're going to add a rotation. So now the vestibular system is challenged. Rotate away from the knee that's up. Take that inhale and rotate towards the front of the room. Lower your foot down and then get your breathing. Samasthiti. Lift and spread your toes again. Take the other foot up. It's modified down here. It's harder up here in the inner thigh. And the other cow face. So your shoulders were posture oriented here. Full breath through your nose. Belly, ribs, heart. You might notice the right or the left side's harder to get breath into. For right-handed people, a lot of times the left rib cage is harder to get breath into. So try to feel the evenness as you're here of your breath. Breathe in. Now the hands are going to come to the heart and your foot's still up. You're going to rotate away from the knee that's in the air. So your legs stay the same. Your torso rotates. Take that inhale. Rotate towards the front of the room. Lower that foot down. Nice job. Grab a sit. Meet me back here. Terrific job. I'm going to be taking a hip opener. This is either going to be for these hips, the outer hips. So it's either going to be a pigeon or it's going to be a figure four. So as you're ready, you're going to exhale down and you might bend your knees to get there. That's okay. You might meet me in down dog or you can do a vinyasa. Inhale with your up heart. Exhale and then heels press. Now, if you're doing the hip opener pigeon, your right leg can come up in three-legged dog. Your right thigh can come forward. And if you're doing the figure four, your supine, yep, and your ankles to your thigh. Let me just see where everyone is. Good. See if you, yeah, your heart's open. Your back leg's getting long behind you too. Sometimes they can even move further back. Inhale, and then exhale. Forearms can be your pillow. Good, and then you're welcome to also, if you're rocking, you might feel that soothing effect on your nervous system, especially in the figure four stretch. Take another inhale, and then as you're ready, walk up, and you can stay here, you can hold on to that other foot, you could take both feet in, explore, inhale, yeah, have fun, and then curl those toes under, and if you're in figure four, you can take it to the other side. If you're here, walk it out, get some blood flow. Then we're going to be taking that left leg up, so it's three-legged dog, and then it's going to be hip. Yeah, nice. Breathe in, pigeon or figure four. You might even add a little movement. Back leg might go further back. Inhale. So you have a hip flexor. Exhale forward and let your body find a comfortable way to rest your neck. Good. You might rock. You can go down if you'd like, Michelle. Yep. We're going to take that inhale, walk it up. Now you're able to have fun in your own way. Maybe you want to bend that knee and hold that heel towards the foot, or sort of towards the glute, or maybe both hands come back. Ekapata Raja, Kapotasana, King Pigeon. Inhale. Breathe in. Exhale, curl the toes. Shift back, and we'll just meet in down dog for a moment. And then we're going to come into the shins and the hands. So I'm going to face you. This is a thread the needle. So in all fours, quadruped, you're going to take your right hand and thread the needle underneath so the outer shoulder's on the floor. Now the left arm's going to come up towards the sky, or you can bend that elbow and kind of like an FBI hook your fingers to the inner thigh. So find a way to open your shoulder, your upper back, thread the needle, hips are away from you. There's a little decompression of the lower spine I hope you enjoy. Take your inhale to reach your arm up, and then push your hand into the floor. Now, the other side, so here's your quadruped. Then your left arm threads the needle. It walks away, it walks away, it walks away, it walks away. Outer shoulders on the floor, other arm up. Waist is long. Exhales help you rotate. And then when you're ready, gently come up. Briefly hit child's pose. Inhale. And then come up to, take a sip first, and then come up to your shins. Make sure your knees are happy. When you're on your shins and neutral, one arm's going to come up. I'm going to show you a couple variations, and behind. Now one arm's going to come up and behind, and then you can squeeze your elbows together and lift up. Now if you'd like a second variation, you can curl the toes. One arm comes up to the heel. Now maybe you'll do 3 breaths here. You know if this is intense enough. Or maybe you'll hook the other fingertips to the heel and do about 6. Okay? Looking good. Hearts open. That a girl. Good. Check your chin. Good. Inhaling. You've switched hands if you are in the single. You're lifting up to your heart if you're in the double, either way. Now one arm's forward, one arm's forward, child pose. So it's kind of like a windmill, and then rest. Good. Toe crush asana, so curl your toes, and that might be all you want to do to open up your feet. Maybe you want to come up to your shins and you're vertical, so it's more weight. Heels are up and down, and maybe you'll come back. So this is for the feet. Your bottom of your feet are getting a stretch. Good. And open. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lift your heart. If you're here back, you can even add the hips lifting. Inhale. And then exhale. Nice job. Slither into a forearm plank. And press your legs behind you until they're stretched out. Hold here for 20. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now, side plank 15. Hold. This is called Vasisthasana in yoga. Stretch out. There's another study in neural image that just came out that 90 minutes of body weight or hand weight or band resistance training significantly decreased cognitive decline, kept maintained cognitive function. So this is what we're doing. You're doing so good. Go to the other side and hit 15 on the other. So it's about a count of, it's a casual count of 15, strong body. In particular, it helped the hippocampus. So you're doing good. Breathe fully. Heads against an imaginary wall. And then exhale. Now, when you're on your tush, you can take your 2 peace fingers and hold on to your big toe. This already is good for the arch, which is good for your balance, which is good for your back. Your feet can hover. And let's do a sample. One leg, a layer, and then another leg. And you're testing, where do I need to be? And then maybe both, but you may just stay bent. Shoulder blades down. 10. Good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Beautiful. 7, 8, 9. Now, can the legs come together? So it may be bent, maybe straight, or maybe straight. Yeah. And then letting go for 5. Boat pose. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet down. Now, you can take a bound angle, or you can take a reverse table or reverse plank. So choose yours. Here we go. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Lower the hips, and then just for a moment, we'll take a forearm forward stretch. Shoulders down, toes, or not toes, but fingers under. And it feels a stretch across the top of the forearm. Take the other one and pull the fingers under. Pull, pull, pull. The top of the forearm should feel it. And then the rack posture. So when you're ready, you're going to take your legs very long and switch up. The left arm is going to go up and back. The right arm is going to go up and back, but you're not heavy on your wrist or hands at all. You're really just using it to catch a place. Now your upper chest and shoulders are getting your focus, your breath as well. Keep lifting. Good. Walk the hands together closer if you need more stretch, or further away from your hips, from the arm as opposed to the wrist. So lift up. You're lifting like a string's attached to your sternum. Breathe in. And then exhale. Now, grab a sip. We're going to do a little shoulder stretch. A little shoulder stretching. This one is called Dragonfly. You might remember it from a couple weeks ago. So look how similar the setup is to the thread the needle. This time, left fingers face that way, right fingers face the other way. Now, my body's in the middle, and my fingers equally walk out. They equally walk out, they equally walk out. Keep walking out, keep walking out. Now, for example, I have my right arm on top. I can put the right forehead-ish down towards the floor and feel the outer shoulder stretch. Hips in the air. We're going to do the other side in a moment. But just relax the outer shoulder. Breathe into the rhomboids. The space between the scapula. We'll slowly come up, and I'm going to be on the high shin position and just do a couple, 3 to 5 circles with the arms. We're going to be changing sides, which arm was in front. So if your right arm was just in front, now your left arm's in front facing the opposite way, right hand's facing the other way. Now their arms are walking away, the arms are walking away, they're walking away, they're walking away, and keep going as far as you can. And then if your left arm's on top like mine, you can lower your hand on that side. You might be looking at that hand, flip the palms, see what works best for your stretching. outer deltoid, rear shoulder. Breathe into the upper back and scapula. Decompress the lower spine because the hips are lower than the heart. Or the hips are higher than the heart, excuse me, higher than the rest of the spine. Full breathing. Five, four, three, two. Inhale. And slowly come up. And then again, you can be low kneel or you can be high kneel and move the circles. We're going to do a little cow face here, but with an optional leg. So here's your first option leg. Another option leg is to cross your right thigh in front, have a seat, and arms in that cow face. Now remember, you can stay high kneeling or you can stay low kneeling. And your knees could be one on top of the other and the feet on either side. Good. That may express a little differently. Now the hips try to drop. Your elbow tries to get higher. I think your elbow will get higher. Cheryl, I'm not sure you can see. Yeah, it did. Good. 10. And then a full breath. So your shoulders are facing straight ahead, not rotating to the side. Feel the hips relax. See if they'll relax. This is a hard pose for some of us with tight hips. So wherever you need the work, breathe in. Maybe the hands got a little closer because we did this earlier in tree. Now when you're ready, your fingers can come out, and this is up to you. Karen, you won't do a flip, but if you want to flip, flip. So the top foot, that's where you can put your hands and keep your feet just sort of in the same direction and turn it around. Good. I have to use my hands to help out my knees, but ideally the feet are on either side of your hips, the knees are stacked. Now this arm's up and your elbow's pretty high. Yeah, lift up. Ooh. These hip openers can sometimes feel harder than lifting weights, can't they? So let your knees drop. Try to relax them like melting butter. Try to lift up through your spine. Try to relax your jaw. That elbow looks good. Feel your upper back getting taller and longer with your breath. So the elbow micro moves towards the sky, vertical if you can. This is preventing forward rounded back. Breathe fully into the rib cage. Atta girl. Now release those arms. Now I'm going to get out of this into a double kneel and just show you the back side. Now reverse prayer, if this doesn't work for you, do front prayer. But if you can, do reverse prayer. Palms work their way up and your hands touch. Good. And if you can come down evenly, so 50-50. If not, high kneel, stand, but press your palms together. So are all the base of the knuckles touching, or can your elbows open away from you? Can you wiggle your fingers up higher? These are all posture stretches. Yeah, just kind of push your fingers up if they won't. Just do the best you can, or interlace if you need a modification, or prayer front if you need a modification. Take that inhale. Nice. That's it. And then exhale. Now let your shoulders relax. Stay here if you would like. I'm going to give a few options. Stay here if you would like. Don't force this, but if you want to go back, you can. You can even use a block, but just touch base with something for 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then you're going to come up, a brief child's pose, push back the other way. And down dog to kind of walk it out. Now, walk right, walk left. Let your heel be low. It might even feel better now. Both heels press for a moment and look at your hands. You can jump on either side of your hands with your feet, and then your hips go right down the middle. All right, so let me turn to you. Or you can always take happy baby, or you can always put a yoga block. So sink into it. Looking great. Feet are flat on the floor. Ideally, you have an arch underneath your mound of the big toe and pinky mound. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to come out into a side plank. So you can decide, would you like a side plank on your forearm or your hand? Because we're going to be adding on Mudrasana and Wild Thing. So if you would like side plank forearm, I'll show it all. Side plank with the foot back, side plank on your hand, foot back. And if you're feeling pretty good, keep going towards the back bend and lift that back heel. 10, not a full back bend, but a upper back extension. 7, find your place. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale. Other side plank, either your forearm, and you're welcome to turn the other way, your forearm and your foot back. Your hand and your foot back. Maybe you're going to go a little bit deeper towards Wild Thing. Lift up that heel, do a little bit further back bend. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower down. Great. Grab a sit before we go down. We're going to go into an eagle twist rotation. So make sure you have enough room behind you. So I've scooted up so I have enough room. Knees are bent and your abs are pulling you down. Right thigh crosses once or twice. So I like to hook the toes underneath the shin here with the knee bent. It's easier than trying to put them in a straight leg. Take the knees over to the left. Right arm opens up and you've got this, sometimes I'll use that left hand to push my hip away from my rib to kind of set that low back to be long. Now the breath. Hand could be wherever helps you. Inhaling. And exhale. And what we'll do is come back to the sacrum, realign the hips, take your left thigh, cross it once, possibly hook your left toes underneath your lower calf. Take those knees to the right. Your left arm can go out to the high Y left. You might use your right hand to push your hip away from your ribs or waist. Or you might rest it on your thigh and just give in to gravity. Take that inhale, and then exhale to slowly come back and realign your spine. We're going to take the right ankle to the left thigh, and then we're going to be adding on a possible teapot. So try this figure 4. Assess if this is good for you, if you need to just stay here longer. I'm adding a rock. If you're interested in adding on, you can roll over to the left and then your knee opens. So you can see today we're doing a lot of shoulder and hip openers. Press that knee away from you. Palm is open for a chest and shoulder opener, and the hip and the low back get a stretch here. And if these ever don't make sense, you can always just stay in the figure 4 stretch. It's a great modification anytime. Nice. Take that inhale, and we're going to come back to lying on the back. And you might, before you take the other side, just stir your legs a little bit. See how that feels? Ooh, I can feel a difference. I hope you can too. Take your left ankle to your thigh, and then reach your hands through. See if you can interlace. Add a little rock. Add a little movement if you'd like with your ankles. Just loosen up that hip. Breathe in fully. You go, you notice, does this serve you the best, or do you want to add on a little teapot? And the knee opens up, the left arm opens. Yep, like a T or a Y. That's it. Your gaze is over to the left side too. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Take another inhale. And then as you exhale, you can gently come back, a hand per knee, you can stir it. We're going to be slipping into a hamstring stretch here. So if you want a Pilates ring or a yoga band or a foam mat, a foam roller, you can do anything you want. We're going to be adding a hamstring stretch, and you choose how you would like this today. So one example is you can use a little foam yoga block or a foam roller, or even a firm pillow will do, but something to elevate your sacrum so that this psoas gets a stretch and this leg gets up. All right, find that happy place for your leg muscles, but no joint pain. Awesome. Take that leg over the side a little, over to across the midline a little. And then take that leg to the side a little bit, out, inner hamstring, inner thigh. Bring it towards neutral. See if it's come in a little. And then try the other one. Slide or switch places. Oh yeah. One leg pours down. One leg's up. Hamstring and psoas. Hip flexor. That leg might go across the midline a little. Out to the side a little. And then both legs are going to go over the prop, so you have a double psoas, and you may have to move the roller down a little or the yoga block down a little. Arms can be open in a receptive Y or T. And then release that and either go legs on the wall or hips on the prop and then legs on the wall or Shavasana. So just find what you need. Yep, I'm going to do legs on the wall to demonstrate Viparita Karini. And rest everything else. Breathe in fully through your nose if you can. And really just let the breath allow it. Don't force anything. Just let yourself connect with that higher you, the who that you really are. Solid and steady. Gently release the block or the yoga roller. Gently release yourself to a seated position. Take your time. Sit any way that's comfortable. And we'll take a moment to let one hand go to the heart and one to the belly. This is Dirga 3-part breath. Breathe in through your nose and try to expand both the right and left side of your belly, the diaphragm. Both the right and left side of your rib cage equally. and both the right and left side of your upper apex of your lungs. As you exhale, the lungs deflate, top, ribs, belly. Inhale, inflate the belly, both right, left side, ribs and chest. And exhale, relax the chest, the ribs and the belly. And we'll do that Dirga 3-part breath one more time. Give every alveoli some breath. And then exhale to let it go and just notice how you feel. We can take a moment to put both hands over the heart and make an intention that we're going to listen to our heart today. Our heart and our body they're always sending us signals for our optimal wellness. And if we feel like we have a wobble, we can check in with our heart and notice what it's asking for. We'll take good care of it today and be kind and full of wellness with so much appreciation. Thank you guys so much.